Excuse me, Heidi?
Yes.
Yes, I was in the store the other day, ma'am. Were you there?
Possibly.
Okay, well, let me just tell you something. I was in that store, ma'am, and I was asking about a pager,
Mm-hmm.
and they handed me one, and they said, oh, something you'll probably like about it is that it vibrates. And now, I'm gay, and I think that that's a poke at my sexuality, so I just left the store right then and there, ma'am, and I was crushed.
I'm sorry. No,
Was he trying to imply that...
No, not at all. Actually, I was not even aware that someone who was, homosexual was even in the store. And it actually called on the pager.
Homosexual?
That's what it's called.
Since when do you call somebody that?
That's what it's been called for. I have no, I mean, I'm heterosexual, but I have nothing against people who aren't.
Well, it seemed like this man was, ma'am, because he seemed to imply that somehow I was going to get off on the fact that this pager was going off in my pocket, ma'am.
Oh, no, what it means is the first couple of times a pager that has the silent, some people call it the silent, some people call it the vibe on it. The first couple of times it goes off in your pocket and you're not expecting it, it startles you. It does me too.
Well, he seemed to imply that I was going to use the belt hook and clip it to the hairs on my ass, ma'am. And I just don't understand what kind of a person could ever get off on something like that.
There are people who use it for other than its intended purpose, but those people are few and far between, and I don't want to know if they do. But seriously, that's what it's a nice...
Oh, you don't think he was poking at my sexuality?
No, he wasn't. Because that's my older brother, and he knows a lot of... He lived in San Francisco.
Oh.
And he knows...
Oh, San Francisco, so that's like the queer capital now.
No, not like roommates. They weren't roommates, but he lived in it like a... It was like a long hallway that had like bedrooms on all sides. It was like a shared apartment type deal. And he lived with he lived like in the same section as a lot of people who were, and he doesn't have anything
against... And he
didn't
hate him at all? No hate crimes from your brother?
Hate crimes, nothing. I am sorry you felt that way, and sometimes I wonder why they call the silent mode on the pagers what they do, but that was before the silent came on the pager and was called the vibrator on it before a lot of the stuff started happening, with a lot of the hate crime stuff that started going on, and a lot of the snide remarks started happening just recently in a lot of the areas about just everything. I can't believe the stuff I hear anymore. And I know it wasn't that at all. I don't even think he probably didn't even know, seriously, that you were...
Well, I gave him my number, and he seemed a little bit upset, but, you know.
Yeah, well, he's heterosexual. Just leave it like that.
Gotcha. You know what? Thank you very much, ma'am. I feel much better now.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. July 15th, and it's Captain Sweet Home Alabama Emmy coming at you. Now, I know between work and play, it's been a little while since I've got to you, but nevertheless, I'm back. Now, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but during that prank call, that lady I was talking to said,
well, he's heterosexual. Just leave it like that.
And I think that is the sweetest thing in the world. Some guy's sister standing up for him, trying to get the gay man to stop hating on him. That is entertainment. I was hoping that by now we'd have an Action Quake interview ready for the show, yet unfortunately Kale's microphone is broken, so I'm going to let him slip by this time, but I better have his WAV files ready by next show. If not, I might have to unleash Hector on his ass. Now, I know a lot of you would probably like to see that. Unfortunately, I don't want to do that. I've also got a little bit of news to announce. The biggest gaming event in Canada, Fragapalooza 98. Let's see, it's July 16th through the 19th. So it's probably too late if you're hearing this to actually go down there. But it's in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Blah, blah, blah. $40 to get in. That kind of sucks, but still. Blah, blah, blah. Tournaments. They're playing Flight Sims, Forsaken, Quake, Quake 2, racing games. There's going to be prizes, and that's about it. So letting you know, Fragapalooza 98. If you guys want to check it out, find the website on your own, because I don't have it with me.
You stupid dick.
Today's Stupid Dick Award goes to my server, the perfect computer candidate for Viagra. This puppy is always down. A lot of you guys say you get horrible packet loss when trying to listen to my show, or sometimes it drops out. Half the time you can't even hit my website. So, I mean, I've contacted them about it. They're working on it, I know. But I just had to get that off my chest, because it pisses me off just as much as I'm sure it pisses you off.
You stupid dick.
Can I give you two guys a friendly piece of advice, okay? Don't ever go up to the drive-thru, okay? Always walk up to the counter. You know what? Okay. Say fuck you at the drive-thru, okay? Say fuck you at the drive-thru. They know you're gonna be miles away before you find out you got fucked, okay?
Now, why did I throw in that nice little Joe Pesci Lethal Weapon quote there? Because I saw Lethal Weapon 4 the other day. First of all, if you're a fan of the Lethal Weapon series, shut off the show now, throw some shoes on, put it back in your pants, and get down to the theater. Because let me tell you, if you like the other ones, you're going to love this one. Everybody, in fact, surprisingly, even Chris Rock delivers a great performance in this movie. It's got plenty of explosions, plenty of blood, plenty of cursing, courtesy of Joe Pesci and Chris Rock. And it was actually a pretty neat storyline, although, of course, the end was kind of hoaxy. It ends like this. Exactly. And so I was like, no, he couldn't do that. But apparently they pulled it off, so why not? Sorry if I ruined the movie for you guys, but hey, you guys knew it would probably end something like that. Anyway, Lethal Weapon 4, 2 nuts up. While we're on the subject, something else that looks like it's going to get 2 nuts up would have to be the Generations mod for Quake 2. Available at planetquake.com/generations. Okay, well, it's not out yet, but from the screenshots and the idea, it looks exactly like something that's going to rule. The whole premise of Generations is take characters from Wolfenstein on up to Quake 2. I mean, the best of the 3D shooters, so to speak. Then you take their weapons, and then you take their looks, actually, and you put them all into one game and see who comes out on top. They've so far included Wolfenstein, the guy from Doom, the guy from Quake, and now the Quake 2 guy. I'm sure hoping you get to use all the weapons from all the games, but then again, this is information I don't know, yet I'm guessing here, guys. They need an experienced modeler, so if anybody can do that, please head on over to that site, because it's a mod that I desperately want to see make it. I'm actually going to wrap up today's show right about now. The whole idea behind today's show was a new concept that I can hopefully pull off, a little bit better if you guys will let me. And I mean in terms of if you'll still listen to the show. You'll notice it's a little bit shorter. It's got some stuff that really doesn't have to do with gaming, but I can actually do a show like this every single day, if not every other day, for the rest of my life, so to speak, because it's only taken me about 30 minutes to make this show, which is a big deal compared to the hour that it normally takes me to do my other shows. So let me know if you don't mind my shows being like this from now on. One more thing before we get to the dedication, I sold out, kiddies. I went, removed my Netscape, and downloaded the latest Internet Explorer. Now, before you start groaning and moaning that I sold out to Microsoft, let me tell you why. With a cable modem and a fast computer, in my opinion, Netscape sucks, okay? Explorer loads faster, the images load faster, the websites themselves look nicer, and it's got some neat features that I'm going to use. Plus, I happen to like Outlook Express. So if you're, deciding is Netscape better or is the new Internet Explorer better, I've got to be honest, from what I've seen, I like the Internet Explorer better. I'm sure I'm going to get flamed on that one, but anyway. I leave you now with a dedication to all the guys on Undernet. Now, specifically in the room, #, of course, Quake NZ. That stands for Quake New Zealand. The guys are extremely cool. I think they're my biggest fans. If they are, I pity them, but they kick a lot of ass. This one goes out to them.
First time I saw you, felt my eyes burn. I couldn't stop breathing. I wasn't on. You were perfect as I watched you leaving. And ever since I see you, watch you every time I see you. I guess I want to kiss you, but I really want to be you. The first time our eyes met, felt my head turn. God, did I want you? I've been like the guys that seemed perfect, but had nothing on you. And now I can't control my thoughts, I need you more than ever. I gaze into your face and in your eyes I see forever. You are the stuff of fantasy. So I'm masturbating over you.
Masturbating over you.
Well, I'm masturbating over you.
Masturbating over you.
I'm not saying I've been shedding tears, that our love is real. I simply thought you'd like to hear the way you make me feel. Oh, masturbating over you.
Masturbating.
No shame to say I'm masturbating over you.
Masturbating.
3 times a day I'm masturbating over you. First time I touched you, I couldn't think straight. My pulse was racing. It didn't mean that much to you, but it's perfect. Now there's no erasing. I started using lubricant soap to try to oil it. I feel another teardrop every time I flush the toilet. Why won't you share that touch with me? I end up masturbating over you.
Masturbating.
I can't stop it. Masturbating over you.
Masturbating.
Every time I pop it, I can't even fall asleep. You're always in my head. I guess that's why I'm sure to keep those Kleenex by my bed. No, masturbating over you.
Masturbating.
Every night and morning, masturbating over you.
Masturbating.
I got blisters forming, masturbating over you. I think that I'd go crazy if I saw you take your socks off. It sorta does seem sorted, but I gotta get my rocks off. Why is my own lover me? I end up masturbating over you.
Masturbating over you.
Masturbating over you.
Masturbating over you.
Was hoping might sound awfully rough. Not something I think of. Now maybe if I'm quiet enough, my roommate won't wake up. Oh, masturbating over you.
Masturbating.
I don't even try now, masturbating over you.
Masturbating.
Well, I'm running dry now, masturbating.
Man, I really am messed in the head. By the way, I hope to see you all at AGN. If the boys at Quake NZ can pull it off, I'm gonna be there.